Hey folks, Harley of the V-Strum. I'm going to do a short video on some of the updates, some of the things I've done to this little Sportster. Y'all interested? Hang on for the ride. Hey folks, Harley and the V-Strum back with you. I was going to do another update on the Sportster. And as you can tell, I've been playing with it quite a bit. I relocated the coil, and we'll go over there in a minute and show you what that looks like. Also relocated the choke cable, put it on the carburetor side, so it's a little different than where it's at on the stock side, because it's on the opposite side of the bike. But I got that routed on and mounted up actually up against the carburetor there. And there's an overall view of the right hand side of the bike. Still got the stock header pipe on there with some slip-ons. And matter of fact, I've recently ordered some new pipes for this bike. I'm gonna finally take that stock header pipe off. But there it is, how it sits right now. We'll go over to the other side. I've done a video where I did already had these handlebars on there. Put the apes on there and had to extend the wiring. Kind of wish now that I'd got some different bars and routed the wiring on the inside. But I don't know, maybe one of these times if I get bored, I might redo that. But it took some time to extend all that wiring and make all the connections, all the switches and stuff operate. Anyway, we'll go over here to the left side of the bike, and I did something a little different. I know you can buy a lot of brackets to mount your coils and your ignition switches, but I just kind of messed around with it, come up with my own ideal. And one thing you have to be aware of is where your petcock is on these bikes. Some of those brackets, if you put them there, it's going to interfere with where your fuel petcock is, and unless you relocate it on the other side or put another tank on that has the petcock on the opposite side of the tank. But for the time being, I'm going to keep it all stock. So I just came up with my own way to relocate that coil. What I did is pretty much you have to take your horn off if, you are going to relocate that coil. So you end up not having a horn, or you end up having to relocate it. Well, what I did is I actually took the horn cover, the whole horn off, and I was eyeballing it. And if you take the horn off, out of the cover, actually that coil will slide right up into that horn cover. And I had an old exhaust bracket, the backing of it, that was long enough to go over the bracket for the horn. And what I did is I got me some longer screws, and I don't know if I can't get in there super close, but I couldn't. Anyway, I got some longer bolts and used that backing of that exhaust bracket to go across the horn bracket there, and used the original backing plate on the coil, and I was able to mount that inside that horn cover. And as you can see, the plug wires come out the bottom, and I did have to order another set of plug wires because it'll take the longer plug wires, which would be for the rear cylinder. And as you can see, I got them looped in there pretty good. Zip tied them in a couple of places to keep them secure there. But that's how I did that. And then that ignition switch, I had an old bracket for mounting something on my handlebar. I can't remember what it was. I don't know if it was a phone mount or something, but anyway, I had an old piece of a bracket, had to drill it out a little bit, and I also connected it where the horn mounts. So you can see how I got it mounted there. And had an old, the stock one ignition cover was black, and I found these online. It's chrome, and because this bike's the custom, you know, it's all chromed out, I went ahead and ordered that piece of plastic. Tell you the truth, it was 30 bucks, a little much for a piece of plastic, but that's how I got it mounted on there. It kind of, I don't know, sticks out a little bit. I mean, it's kind of convenient because, I mean, as you're sitting on a motorcycle, your ignition's right there. But I would like it tucked in, you know, somewhere else, and I'll probably fool around with it and maybe remount it somewhere. I did have to extend the coil wires, you know, and I lifted the tank. I think I had a 2-inch lift sitting around, or 1.5 inches. And I kind of lifted the tank a little bit, you know, to get up in there and get to the coil wires and kind of unravel them from the main harness. And then I had to extend them out so they're long enough to go down here and connect at the bottom of that horn cover. And let's see, well, I did, but I think it looks a lot cleaner without that coil being, you know, tucked up here blocking everything. You know, at least you can get to the top of the cylinder, the front cylinder, real easy now. And that tank being lifted up a little bit, that helps. I did put some solid handlebar risers, bushings in there, because they were, you know, with them extended handlebars like that, you could really tell that it was rubber bushings in there. And who knows, you know, if you put apes on there, you need something more solid, because I ended up, had to use some spacers to raise my speedometer up enough to clear my tank, because as you can tell, I put a nick in it, fooling around with it, and I didn't have it raised up high enough, and it clipped my tank one time. I'll get some touch-up paint and fill that in, but had to get some longer bolts, put some spacers in here to raise that speedometer up. And but that's how I did that. I wanted to keep the speedometer. I don't want to mount that speedometer off to the side. I've seen people mount them off to the side on the fork, or, you know, on the frame down there. I just like the speedometer being, you know, right up there where I can see it. I don't want to get rid of it. I know a lot of people just go ahead and take it off, but I wanted to leave it on there. So anyway, I got some more parts coming. I got another breather coming for it, and another exhaust, set of exhaust pipes, and we'll see what that looks like once I, you know, get them all mounted up. And I'll do another video later. Probably gonna do a riding video. I think I'll go out on the Sportster today and you know, take a ride for it, and I'll probably make a video while I'm out riding. But I don't know if I ever mentioned, I did put some different shocks on, rear shocks on it, and I went with Progressive. I've had them before on other Harleys. As you can tell, there's the V-Strom sitting over there. Still got it. I haven't really rode it in a little while. It's starting to get cold around here. Supposed to almost hit 60 today, so I'll end up going out on that little Sportster today. And there's the Road King sitting over there. Ain't been out on it in a while either. And kind of taking a break off of it, because just doing some household chores, I kind of tweaked my shoulder a little bit. And tell you the truth, when this thing's you know, sitting still, it takes a little bit of strength to be able to move them handlebars. So taking a break off that till my shoulder kind of works its way back in shape. But still got all the bikes, still been riding. I just haven't made no videos. Gonna go out today and I'll ride on, do a little video when I ride on this Sportster. I don't know if I put a sissy bar back here, kind of an old school sissy bar. Got a backpack on it right now, so I can throw stuff in there if I need to. But I guess that's it. I'll make this one, end this one at that, and we'll catch y'all on the next video. Bye.